Merlin is a stance switching god, allowing him to switch into 3 different stances. In order to switch stances, you must hit your ultimate and then hit either 1, 2, or 3 depending on which stance you want to switch to. However, you can just hit your ultimate and let it go in the normal rotation by itself. Not only will you switch stances, but you will also cause explosion and implosion damage depending on which stances you are switching to. So if you're switching from fire stance to frost stance, your explosion will be fire and your implosion will be frost. If they're hit with an arcane explosion, it'll knock them up. If they're hit with frost, it'll slow them by 20% for 1.5 seconds, and if they're hit with fire, it'll damage them and also apply a burn. Your ultimate is on a 28-second cooldown, but goes down by 2 seconds each time you upgrade it. His passive is called Overload. Every time he casts a spell, he gains a stack. When he fires his next basic attack, he'll deal extra damage, sort of acts as Polynomicon. In his Arcane stance, when you cast his 1, he's going to conjure an orb of energy that's going to grow the farther it gets, dealing damage every 0.4 seconds and marking the enemies it hits. Enemies that were hit and marked will take additional tick damage if they stay in the range of the eclipse. For his 2, he's going to deploy a field of arcane energy at a location. After a delay, it's going to explode, dealing damage and pulling enemies towards the center. His 1 in fire stance, he's going to channel a beam of intense fire that lasts 2 seconds and deals damage every 0.5 seconds. Each time Radiate hits an enemy, it also applies a burn, dealing additional damage over time. His 2 in fire stance is Dragonfire, and he will summon 2 dragons that spout flames towards each other and deal damage to enemies every 0.25 seconds. If they are caught in the center, they will have a protection shred applied to them. And finally, for his frost stance, his 1 is called Frostbolt. He just hurls a frostbolt that explodes and hits the first enemy, including minions. This ability will deal an additional 20% damage if they are slowed before you hit them. And finally, his 2 in Frost Stance is called Blizzard. He creates a blizzard at a target location. After a delay, shards of ice will start falling from the sky every 0.5 seconds. Enemies hit, take damage, and get progressively slowed the longer they stay in the area. And last but not least, his 3 is the same across all 3 stances, and it is called Flicker. Now this is basically just a short combat blink, that's all it does. It has a range of 30, costs 70 mana, and the cooldown stays the same in all stances, so you can't flicker, switch stance, and then flicker again. The cooldown will not reset. In a sense, Merlin's Arcane stance is kind of your normal lane clear and safe damage. His Fire stance is going to be kind of an aggressive go get the kill because you are at a short range but you deal burst damage. And then his Frost stance is going to be kind of a safer tower camping stance to poke out enemies and stuff like that.
You are delightful. Okay. Am I not just magnificent? Cancel that. Okay. Be right back. Completed. Stepping away for a moment. Out of mana. No. Please? Yes. My humble apologies. Thanks. Wait. Cancel that. Of a master wizard. Greetings. Farewell and goodbye. Good luck to all. Enjoy this fine day. Such joyous entertainment. You did quite well. Oh, phooey. Hush, please. It'll be fine. What tosh? That could have gone slightly better. You're welcome. My power cannot be contained! Set up an ambush here. Behind us! Chase the enemy! Ultimate is down. On my way. Follow me. Group up! Going into the jungle. Split push. Ultimate is ready. Stay here. It's a trap! Place a ward for teleport. Spread out. Prepare yourself, villain. I will not hold back. Ah, it seems you have made the quite foolish decision to cross my path. The heat, the chill, to an ignoramus such as yourself, anything I do would seem to be magic. Expending any effort on you would be such a waste. You want to fight? I have already seen the outcome, and it does not go in your favor. You do realize who I am? The mastery of magic, the air of utmost confidence. Still no? How boorishly ignorant. Heightened attunement to more than 3 schools of magic is impossible. Impossible, I say! One must always be careful of long capes, but I do think mine is stylish enough to make the cut. Tibbitus fibbitus bippity bowl!